Hey, BooTube, hang on, wait, no, okay. Sorry, I had to switch my booklet. This is The Walking Dead, Season 7, Episode 4, titled Service. This is the Part 2 video, because by Part 1, unfortunately got interrupted halfway through. It was supposed to be at least close to 15 minutes, but then it got stopped around 8 something, because boyfriend rang the doorbell. But anyway, this is Part 2. I believe I stopped off at, Kitana apparently sucks with sniper rifles because she couldn't kill one walker that was slowly trudging toward her, and so she pretty much kills the walker with her katana up close out of frustration because she can't kill it with a sniper rifle. Anyway, back in Alexandria, hang on, I'm trying to stretch my legs. Legs. Anyway, back at Alexandria, the saviors, they start hauling out some furniture out of all the resident homes, and Negan, while he's watching, he's like, hey, what happened to number 2's, what happened to that one sick girl in your group? Judging by the fact that, you know, the moment I killed number 2, which was Glenn, he was basing off Maggie's reaction when he killed Glenn. He's like, I'm guessing that she's number 2's wife, because when I killed him, yeah, she didn't look right at all, right? And it's like, he said, that guy, the moment he asked for Maggie out, Negan, I hated him even more, because, he was like, you know, wives that just lose their husbands, they get some loneliness and all that stuff. I like her. Where is she? Bring her over. And I'm like, you sick son of a gun. I was like, because she lost her husband, Negan wants her. It's like, basically he's like, oh, wives that lose their husbands, they're all like empty inside, so they're like easy pickings for me. And it's like, you D-I-C-K, you dickish man, I hate him so much. And I'm sorry, I know I'm partially quiet, but like I said in my my previous video, my Arrow video, which I recorded around 12 something, right now it is currently 1:14 a.m. So it's 1:14 in the morning, and I can't go that loud because I have other people in this house. I share a wall with someone, so I can't be that loud. But anyway, if I recorded this later on in the morning where there was no one in the house, you would hear me scream and shout how much I hated Negan when he was asking about Maggie, and how he was like, you know, she just lost her husband, which makes her empty inside, which makes her easy pickings for me. And I was like, Negan, you dick. Negan, you dick. And this is what I thought was funny in this episode, though. I'm not gonna lie to you, because the moment he asks, Gabriel, Father frickin' Gabriel is the funniest person I've ever seen in this episode right now, because it's all seriousness when Negan and the saviors come, and all of us, and it's still serious when they're talking about Maggie, and it's disgusting how he's talking about Maggie, and all. You feel rage when he's talking about Maggie that way, and all of a sudden frickin' Gabriel here comes out of nowhere like a frickin' ninja, a ninja father, that's what he is, Father Ninja. Shows up out of nowhere, literally right behind Negan, saying, do you want to pay your respects? And he's all with a big freaking Joker-looking smile. It's like, it's so creepy. Because one, Gabriel literally came out of nowhere. You would have thought that Gabriel, at least someone would have spotted him. But no, Negan didn't spot him. None of the Negan's men that were with him didn't spot him. I don't even think Rick spotted him. And they were all like, you would have thought they could see from peripheral view. Everyone. But no. The dude was like a ninja slash ghost and just showed up with this big smile on his face in front of Negan and some saviors saying, would you like to pay your respects? And I was like, I couldn't help but laugh, because it's like, it was all serious. And the moment the ninja ghost that is Father Gabriel shows up, just threw me off, and I just cracked up laughing so hard. I was like, Father Gabriel, you're like the funniest person in this entire episode right now. I swear to gosh, it's hilarious. But anyway, the moment Gabriel says, do you wish to pay his respect, pay your respects, Negan pretty much asks, oh, pay your respects. That girl didn't make it? And I was like, no, right? And from what I remember, Maggie said she was going to Hilltop, right? And I believe Sasha said she was going to go with her. But the moment Gabriel said that, because it's been a while since I saw, episodes 1, 2, and 3. So I forgot where the whereabouts of Maggie, and keep this in mind, she's still preggers, and she was fairly sick in the end of episode 6 and the beginning of episode 1. Wait, no. She was, she's preggers, she was obviously sick at the end of season 6 and the beginning of season 7. So and plus I totally forgot where she went in the first 3 episodes of season 7. So, like, the moment Gabriel's like, do you wish to pay your respects? And Negan's like, she didn't make it. I, honest to goodness gracious, for a few moments, I actually thought Maggie died. I was like, no! Glenn's baby! Right? I was so mad. I was like, you gotta be kidding me right now. Can we at least have Glenn's spawn actually make it to term? Right? But anyway, Rick doesn't say anything, Gabriel says, do you wish to pay your respects? Negan says she didn't make it, and Rick just doesn't say anything, he just shakes his head no, right? And I don't know if he, it just solidified, my suspicions. I was like, is she actually dead? I don't remember what happened to Maggie. Please don't tell me she's actually dead, right? Especially when Rick pretty much shakes his head no, and I'm like, please don't tell me she's dead, right? So Gabriel leads Rick, Negan, and Daryl's also there, to the graveyard where pretty much every Alexandrian or Rick group member was buried. And in the graveyard, Glenn and Abraham are obviously buried there, and apparently, supposedly, Maggie is too. And Negan, he rules about Maggie's death, because apparently, like I said, I was so sick to death when Negan was all talking all that stuff, nasty stuff about Maggie, like, oh, since she just lost her husband, she's a widow, she's like easy pickings, right? He pretty much says that he wanted to go there to Alexandria, find Maggie, since she lost her husband, and pretty much take her with him to their sanctuary, to Savior's sanctuary, and pretty much make him another wife. Because remember, he already took Dwight's wife for his own, right? And so Negan's like, I killed her husband, she's pretty hot, I want to take her back as my wife now, as another wife for me, right? And I was like, I want to kill Negan so bad. And I really don't blame Rick, because if you look at Rick's face, the moment he's like, man, she's dead, I was going to ask her to be my wife. You could look in Rick's face, and you could see anger flash in there, and he's all tightening the grip on Lucille, because remember, he still has Negan's weapon, Lucille, in his hand, right? And he's all, seething in anger, the way he's talking about Maggie, he's tightening his grip on Lucille. But as soon as he gets angry, instantly, it's just gone, immediately. It's like, Rick! I know you're not going to take that ball from him. I mean, come on. He comes in a week before, he comes in earlier than he said he did, pretty much says, no, we're gonna take what we want. I don't care if you set aside the stuff for half the stuff already. I don't care. I'm gonna take whatever I want. And then he says smack about Maggie in the beginning, and says more smack about her at the supposed grave. It's like, really? And then you look at Daryl, and at the same time, I keep thinking, does Daryl actually believe Maggie's also dead? Because, while Negan's talking, he's like, the first one, which is, of course, Abrian, that was not my fault. You guys had to be taught a lesson, so that's why I had to kill the first one, which was Abraham. And he's like, but the second one, that was not my fault. Daryl here, that was Daryl's fault. And you could see the pain and agony in Daryl's eyes the moment he says that. And then he's looking down at the graves, and I think he's looking down at what seems to be Maggie's grave, because I really don't blame him, because Maggie's the last green. Remember, you saw his face when we lost Herschel, right? You obviously saw the devastation of Daryl when we lost Beth. Maggie was the last green, and not only that, she was preggers with Glenn's baby. Okay? Not only is Maggie the last green and the last reminder of Herschel and Beth for Daryl, Daryl already blames himself for Glenn's death. Maggie is pregnant with Glenn's baby. The supposed death of the last green, the last reminder of Herschel and Beth, and the fact that she is carrying Glenn, who he feels horribly responsible for his death, that will do some shiznits for poor Daryl Dixon right there. That would just crush his soul right there. It's like, Maggie's gone. In Daryl's head, it's like, Maggie's gone too. The last reminder of Herschel and Beth, who's also carrying the spawn of Glenn. It's like, I don't blame Daryl for just being just gone after that. If he actually truly believes Maggie's dead in that grave, like I did in the beginning, I don't blame Daryl for being crushed. I would be crushed too. I'm not gonna lie to you. But anyway, just as they're talking and all that stuff, Negan seems relaxed a little bit. All of a sudden, they hear like gunshot, right? And you see Negan all slightly getting pissed, and a shocked Rick. He's like, "Oh no, what happened?" Right? And apparently, in the infirmary, Carl, who is like basically holding one of the saviors. Apparently, the savior's name is David, and Carl is holding David at gunpoint in the infirmary because apparently Carl's pretty much ordering David to return some of the medicine they took, and because apparently they're taking way too much than they said they would take, right? And Rick shows up. He's like, begging Carl, please lower your gun, right? And Negan's all joking about Carl being so fearless, right? And Carl's just asking for it right now. He's just asking for him to either get killed, his dad to get killed, or someone else in Alexandria to get killed. Because, dude, just go with it. Because you mess with Negan, someone else is gonna get killed. You already lost Abraham and Glenn, and supposedly in Negan and maybe Daryl's eyes, Maggie and the baby, right? Please stop, Carl. You're just being pansy ass child. I'm sorry, I cursed. Anyway, Negan starts threatening to harm more people, and so because of that, Carl finally complies and lowers the gun and everything. And because of what Carl did, raising the gun and all that, and like threatening David the Savior, and pretty much showing this dickish fearlessness to Negan, Negan declares that, as a precaution, he declares that he's going to pretty much confiscate all of Alexandria's weapons, all their guns. Well, not all the weapons, just the guns. They can keep their knives and sharp objects, but the guns, Negan plans to take every single gun out of Alexandria. And so Rick pretty much takes Negan and them to Olivia. Remember that lady, Olivia? She's the one that is basically in charge of the armory and the food. Remember that lady? She was always keeping track of all the guns and the food in Alexandria. And so Olivia pretty much tells him, "Hi, I'm Olivia. I know you're coming. I'm in charge of keeping track of all the food and guns." And Negan tells Rick, "That's a good system you got there. But I'm kind of concerned that you're leaving the food in charge of a big woman." I'm like, you did not just insult the woman's weight, you jerk. But anyway, besides that, Negan's like, we'll take a lot of your stuff. We'll take all your guns. But we're gonna leave your food untouched because I want you guys to have your food so you'll have enough strength. You'll be nice and full enough to have enough strength to collect for me. So basically, he's taking everything except for the food because he wants them to be, nourished enough to actually do work for him, right? He doesn't want them to starve to death and they can't do work for him, you know what I mean? And Negan also commands Rick to thank him for letting them sparing them for their food. But again, Rick doesn't. He's kind of semi-rebelling because he refuses to thank him. And Negan also asks Rick, if anyone keeps guns outside the armory, other than Carl, right? And Rick pretty much assures them that all the guns are kept in storage. But anyway, I am running out of time. I will see you in a part 3 video. Bye, Bootu.